Yo, 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 yo. Welcome back, guys, to another episode of Blockchain Brew Show. Echo, echo,
Welcome.
echo. We
I feel like I have
a
to welcome myself
celebrity in the
back to
house.
the show.
Everybody take it up for the Trentinator. That's right. I'm carrying you. It's in my hands. I got you on your head. No, I'm good. Guys, welcome in. We got all the news for you today. We're going to break it down for you in a simple format. Also, we are going to go over some TA for you. And we are going to tell you, guys, smash that like button. Not down, but up, because that's what we like to need, because YouTube makes us ask. Okay, that's the first things we're getting out of, like, the stuff that YouTube makes you ask. We got the bell. Hit the bell, guys. We got the subscription bell in the corners facing you right now. The second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little background elegant music on, because everybody likes the sauce. Everybody needs the sauce. Is it going to pump? Is it going to dump? You don't know that yet, so we're going to get into it. Today, I brought a Jewel Rye Stout in the bottle. Question is, should I take it out of the bottle and put it in my cup, or should I leave it in the cup and put it in the bottle? It says Forehead Triple Horn Brewery and Metzatol. Here you guys go. If you guys can even read that. Camera's quality is not great. What's up, Nesquik? It's Friday. Happy Friday. This bottle is 7.1% alcohol, a collaboration between Forehead. It's Figurehead. My bad. Figurehead Brewing, Triple Horn Brewery, and Metzatol Jout is a stout made with 3 different kinds of rye, with a big, robust body and spicy roasted finish. Man, I don't like spicy.
Dang.
I don't like spicy, but we'll see. Yeah, Woodinville and Seattle breweries. It's funny, I don't like spicy stuff, but I love wasabi. Love it. Can't get enough of it. I actually just bought straight wasabi yesterday, and I was giving it to my dogs. I was giving it to my dogs, but I was eating ham, and then I'd give them like little crumbs of it, and then I'd squirt a bunch of wasabi on it, and I'd toss it on them. They'd be like, it was too late before the damage was done. My poor hounds. Siamese torture. All right, guys, I'll pop my bottle. What's up, what? You back 3 days in a row, dog? Celebrate with Friday. I got me a rye stout. I don't think I've ever had a rye stout, but I figured try here on the show, right?
You're getting it today. Hey, have I met the one? Have I been on the show?
This is my partner, Mr. Trentinator. He had extreme diarrhea yesterday, was not on, so we had his back.
That is not what happened, but I don't have a price prediction on SHIB, but Tyler probably does.
SHIB. My price prediction on SHIB, I don't think it will probably not 10x from here. I think it's a 8 billion market cap. Without any TA on it and just strictly pump the bubbles. Trent, you are so blurred out right now. It's like,
yeah, I know. I just saw it.
Okay, we're at 8 billion market cap. Maybe a 10x. I'll give it 10x. If Doge can get to like 110 billion, I think SHIB could get to 90 billion. That's just straight up. Nesquik, you're curious about the Shibby? The Shibby Wibby? You're not curious about the SHIB. You're curious about the dog. Man, I could smell this rice stout, and I'm not looking forward to it. Just from the smell. It smells like it smells like a Guinness, and I'm not a Guinness guy. All right, I'll show you guys. Pour it in my giant mug. Oh gosh, it looks like a Guinness. Oh, it's so dark. Oh gosh, I am not a Guinness guy, man. It's so dark. It looks like chocolate maple syrup. Oh, guys, you see it on the camera? Oh. But we're gonna let the head settle. I'll take a swip out of the bottle. It's almost empty now. Oh, it's sour. That was supposed to be sour. Gosh. Oh, sweet goodness gracious. You know, my dad used to say all beer is good and some beer is great, but in this instant, all beer is good, but some are not. Oh man, I'm not gonna enjoy that. That was pretty bad. Oh, you say 0.002? Let me take a look at it. Wow, that was terrible. 002. Wow, that is a pretty high price. 00? Oh, 000. 000. Okay, fly. 0002. That's not. I got him. See, right there on my hand. That's not too bad. I could see almost that. That's like what, a 13x, 14x. That's not bad. Wow, that was brutal, man. Yeah, it's a little more than a 10x. It's like a 13x. That's not. I can see that. I think that's we're in the same ballpark range. It kind of really depends on Doge, you know. It's not. I don't think SHIB's gonna outpass Doji. What's the market cap of Doge right now? 30. Whoa, frick! $31 billion Doge, which is pretty crazy because Doge is so inflationary compared to like SHIB's not. That what's the market? Doge got to like what, 73 or 78 billion dollars. That's literally like a 2.5x from me. That's terrible. Wow, guys. That is awful. I hope Elon Musk could do something with Doge and just burn it up, man. You have 71 billion SHIB. Yeah, Doge has an unlimited supply, and every block they make, I think the blocks are done every 10 minutes as 10,000 tokens are created. Oh man. You have 70. That is 72,000 million. Oh, wait. 720,000. 7.2 million. 72 million. I'm losing track. That's 120 and 10 million billion. Well, if you have that, man, you will be set. You will be set. That will be surprised. Yes, sir. I told you about that German guy I met at the Mar-a-Lago dinner, dude. He had $2 million last bull market and didn't sell. He rode it all the way down to 200,000. Dude, we can hope and pray. As long as it doesn't mantra itself, I think it's going to get there. All right, let's go on through it.
Hello, am I live? Let me know if anyone can hear me.
Yes, you are live.
Having some technical difficulties.
It's okay. You are live, Trent. I'm gonna go reading some articles if that's okay with you.
Oh yeah. Hey, can you see me? I can't see you.
Yeah, I see you.
Okay, that's weird. Alright, just go ahead and do what you're doing. I'll let you know when
you look like the light in your background got darker though.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Well, do your thing. I'm gonna go into some articles for you guys.
Okay.
All right, guys, we're gonna head over to X because I gotta turn my music off fast, and then we're gonna head over to X. Aren't you? We'll head over to X right now because I can't do both. It won't let me. We're gonna mute. So check this out, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna play this clip for you. It'll last about a minute. It's fire. You know, it does help if I add it on the screen first. It does help if I add it to screen. All right. We're going to start it. My bad.
You better go out and buy stock now. Let me tell you, this country will be like a rocket ship that goes straight up. This is going to be numbers that nobody's ever seen before. That's a very important element of all of this. You know, if we get that, If you don't, and the Democrats are fighting it only because they want to fight. They have Trump derangement syndrome. You know, if it was somebody else, they wouldn't fight. If you had a normal person, had some stiff sitting behind you, they'd be fine. But they have Trump derangement syndrome. You know, Senator Schumer's become a Palestinian. Welcome. I don't know when they're going to give him the ceremony, whatever the ceremony may be. It's terrible what's happened to the Democrats. So very, very important element of everything, of what we're doing, unrelated to today, but related in the sense that we'll do, if that passes, we'll do even more business with the UK. We'll have so much. You better go out and buy stock now. Let me tell you this.
What do you guys think of that? What do you guys think of that? You better go out and buy stock now. I mean, turn the music back on. And the music's not playing. Oh, there it is. What do you guys think of that, man? Like he said, better go out and buy stock. Maybe, just hypothetically speaking, this turns into the freaking Super Bowl run. You know what I mean? Like, it hasn't really started yet. Let's just say we expect like to go down the midterms, and like the opposite happens, and we just freaking shoot up, man, like to the moon. Buy stock. That's what he says. He's the biggest bag pusher of all of them with his meme coin. I don't blame the guy though. I really don't. Someone shot me in the air, I'd be pushing my bags too. All right, my last article off the top. Trump got pissed today, guys. He was pissed at somebody. Dude, we are lucky that son of a gun is gone, man. Did you watch him on The View this last week? Oh my gosh, the guy still can't talk. Oh. Trump was pissed. Trump feels after learning his XRP post was pushed by Ripple linked lobbyist report. The White House was preparing for a major crypto summit at the time, and the first post singling out XRP looked favoritism. Trump felt manipulated and discovered his post was influenced by the lobbyists linked to Ripple Labs. Ballard Partners, despite the incident, gained 130 new clients with 14 million in revenue in Q1 2025. Okay, you know what though? In crypto, what's 14 million? Okay, that's like fly swatter dust compared to how much money Ripple has. Like the fine, like they were trying to get, I don't know, it was like 50 million or something. In March, Trump shocked the crypto community among publicity, endorsing XRP, Solana, and Cardano for the proposed U.S. crypto reserve. Now, a new report suggests that he wasn't getting the full story. Politico revealed Thursday that the post intended to signal Trump's support for crypto strategic reserve was orchestrated by an employee of Ballard Partners, a firm with ties to Ripple Labs, the company behind XRP. A U.S. crypto reserve will elevate this critical industry after years of corrupt attacks by the Biden administration, which is why my executive order, digital assets directed by presidential working group to move forward on a crypto strategic reserve that includes XRP, Sol, ADA.
It's really good.
I will make sure the U.S. and the crypto capital of the world, we are making America great again. The lobbyists who are attending a donor event at Mar-a-Lago that weekend with the statement was released reportedly urged Trump to publish a pre-written message without fully disclosing its connection to Ripple. Trump, who believed he was making a broad statement in support of American crypto innovation, was furious and felt manipulated after learning Ripple was a client of Ballard Partners. In the aftermath, Trump allegedly told aides that Brian Ballard, the firm's founder and a longtime fundraiser, was not welcome in anything anymore. White House staff was instructed to freeze out Ballard, and some crypto companies have since raised quite concerns about the appearance of the back channel influence. Ballard denied any wrongdoing and maintained neither he nor his team misled the president. He dismissed the accusations, pointing to the firm's continued success across the sectors and saying Ballard Partners continues to deliver results and effectively advocating the clients. Trump signed an days after the historical post, President Trump signed an executive order forming a strategic Bitcoin reserve and a digital asset stockpile both defunded and using crypto assets seized through federal criminal and civil asset forfeiting proceedings. Unlike the Bitcoin Reserve, the government does not plan to actively acquire altcoins, and they also obtained through forfeited will be held. The Treasury Department will oversee the management of digital assets stockpile and authorize and sell assets as needed. It is unclear whether XRP will be added to the stockpile, as this depends on whether any federal agencies report their holdings to the Treasury Secretary of the recent disclosure deadline. The executive order does not mandate public release of the submitted reports. In March, David Sachs, the White House crypto czar, clarified that Trump's mention of XRP, Solana, and Cardano was based on their status as the top 5 crypto assets by capitalization at the time. So there you go, guys. That's how he picked it. What's up, John? What's crackin'-lackin', bro? Welcome in to the show. Hear the charts. Give me anything that you want checked out, man, or any thoughts on what you think is coming our way. I thought there was one more, guys. I'm gonna go to Google real fast on this. I thought there was something else that happened today with XRP. Maybe no. I saw Crypto Lark talking about it. XRP news. Wasn't there a news thing today? Also on top of that. XRP news and the let's see. I would have said SEX and not SEC. That would have been bad. The SEC files for a $50 million settlement with Ripple over lawsuit. I thought the SEC dropped it completely. Didn't they drop it completely? I could have swore. We're gonna deny that. SEC files for $50 million settlement with Ripple over XRP lawsuit. In December 2020, Ripple hit $1.3 billion in lawsuit over XRP token sales. Ripple and SEC have now wrapped up the case, and Ripple will pay $50 million to settle it. XRP, the furthest biggest cryptocurrency market cap, is up on Thursday. The Securities Exchange Commission, Ripple Labs, has officially set a long-running lawsuit for over 4 years, and the regulatory went after the fintech firm. Wall Street's top regulator, the SEC, announced the settlement Thursday after Ripple's executives said in March the agency was backing off Ripple, and the two executives, Brad Garlinghouse and Executive Chair Chris Larson, will pay a total of $50 million to the SEC to settle the case. And the announcement said Ripple has previously disclosed the $50 million agreement in March. The SEC, under previous chair Gary Gensler, who went hard after the major cryptocurrencies during the Biden administration, has initially requested that Ripple pay $2 billion in fines. So they went from $2 billion to $50 million. Okay, that's pretty fine. That's not bad. District Court Judge Analia Torres ordered Ripple to pay $125 million fine last year. The SEC, that under the settlement agreement filed with the court Thursday, $50 million will go to the regulator, with the remainder of the escrow funds, just over $75 million, going back to Ripple. Judge Torres must approve the agreed upon settlement. I wonder why they change it, but whatever, dude. They go from $125 million to $50 million. That's $75 million, which I don't even think that they probably spent more money on that trying to freaking figure all that out. The decrypt is not immediately decrypt. Could not immediately reach Ripple for comment. The SEC in 2020, Ripple, blah, 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 blah. It just repeats itself. Cool, guys. Well, there you go. We got the articles out of the way. The boring part. Oh, you're looking better, Trent. You're looking better. Whoa! Well, I'm just kidding.
I don't see you, though.
Well, I'm still here, and your mic's kind of sounds funny.
Yeah, it's my internet is like
going in and out, bro. That is sweet.
Everything's buffering.
Buffering? All right.
I don't even know her. Should I crack my beer, or is the mic too bad?
It's pretty bad.
Okay.
It's pretty bad. You can crack it though.
Yeah.
That's your elbow.
Well, I'll let you keep going, and I'll just.
All right, guys. Look, guys, I got the charts open up, and guys, garbage finds of the day. You guys want to see what I found today before we get in the charts? Check it, man. I got some golf balls. I got some balls that are brand new, haven't been used. And also, oh, I found this today. This is way more cooler. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna hurt myself on it somehow. Motorized, bro. Let's get this thing crack-a-lacking. I'll probably give it to my kids for like Christmas or something. That way they feel successful and fancy. Be the first kids on 2 wheels with helmets, knee pads, shoulder pads, back pads, and Trent is gone. At least you gotta see him crack his beer. Man, what are we gonna do with this guy? All right, let's get into the Bitcoin. We'll get into the Bitcoin. $12-minute. Guys, there's, like I said, I was talking about old buddy Eric of ours in here. Dude, somebody did drug him again, bro. They drugged him. Biden probably died in 2019, man. So we have the daily CME gap down here. I was really hoping we were going to hit it more so than anything else. We did not hit the CME gap, so it is open. The good news is we did have a close right here, and we did fill that one, but we still have a pesky another one at dang near 100K, okay? That's just on the 12-minute. We're going to get a little bit more data. We are continue going up. Green line right here, the quick little green is saying that we are oversold, so we could get more action to the upside. The strength, I can't tell if that's starting to round or not. I think it's starting to slightly going up. It looks like the gates are still open for more upward price action, but this is the 12-minute. The VWAP is just starting to curve below the 0 line. We got a little green money flow coming in. We are flagging out. We didn't really quite make it around the top, which is good news for us. We still remain bullish. The gates are completely open on the 24-minute for more upward price action because we have the strength coming up. Saying that we're overbought, but it's okay because we were overbought over here. We were overbought over here. I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean bad. It's like bullets in a chamber and a gun. How many rounds do you want to give yourself? Well, you have 1 round that's bearish, okay, but the strength, the RSI strength is coming up. We have bullishness with the blue oscillating wave flip bullish right here, and we stayed bullish, and the gates are still open. Then we have the VWAP, and the VWAP is still positive. It's where is it at? It's plus 16, and we have the money flow coming in. The money flow is this green wave coming in, so the VWAP is above the 0 line, which always means that we're gonna have continued momentum in whatever direction. Then we got the green money flow, which is the transactions happening on top of the Bitcoin network, like using ordinals and building something like a meme coin that's a volume is transacting on top of Bitcoin, or buying and selling. It's whatever. So green means good. Green means good. The 24-minute, it looks good. The 1 hour, we had a little green dot right here. VWAP still above the 0 line. And it looks like we still have gates are open. We'll still be moving up, man. This is crazy. I really thought we would have back tested that freaking gap that we have over here. Man, you can see that gap. Look at how high it is on the 1 hours. 1 hours. The 21's kind of plateauing. The 50's playing catch up. We might remain bullish until the 50 can touch the get up to the 21, and the 21 crossover the 50 line. That will flip us a little bearish. What's up, Cyborg? What's crack-a-lackin'? Welcome in the house, my good sir. Cheers. I have this horrible Jowl Stout. Jowl Stout. Do not get it. Unless you like Guinness. I'm not a Guinness guy. Man, it is brutal. It is brutal. Very sour and bitter. Yeah. Oh, gosh. I'm drinking it for you guys. Not for me. Oh, man, it's bad. Oh, dude. All right, so 1 hour with looking bullish. 4 hour. We had a doji candle right here. Actually, we've had a couple of different doji candles. 1, 2, 3, which is trying to say it wants to flip bearish on us. Blue oscillator waves are coming down, which actually means they're cooling off, believe it or not, as we trade sideways with the... Which... Trading sideways up here, which is causing the blue oscillator waves to cool off, even with the VWAP below the 0 line. I mean, it's a pretty good sign for saying continuation on momentum. I really thought that we would kind of come back down, though, like I said, fill that the CME gap at right here, which you can't really see. There's a candle action. There's big old candles. 21 still shooting straight up, man. I don't even see the 200 on the 4 hour. There was a lot of action on the 12 hour. The 12 hour was kind of looking over bearish almost, but we have, if you look at the VWAP, it kind of comes down and it starts getting like an inward, outwardly curved, where it makes you think it's just going to dip below the 0 line and it's going to make a tap, man, like a trampoline, boom, and then we could go again. And we got the green wave coming in, guys. This green wave just doesn't disappear like that. It doesn't do that. Okay, so it's going to gradually work itself down. So that being said, is this the top of the green wave where we start having that money flow leave, because you want the bottom half of the green wave to the top half of the red wave is like where the bearish is, or bottom half of the green wave to the bottom half of the red wave. Sorry. And that's where you'll have like that bearish transaction, and then the bottom half to the top half green wave is your bullishness, where money's coming in. 12 hour show side. A continuation. The daily, we kind of are slightly oversold. We have a green dot. Money flow still coming in. VWAP coming down. Bless you. Bless you. Bless you. Bless you. Bless you. What is that? What's cracking, Eric? I'm trying to figure out what the heck that noise is. What is that, Trent? No, I can't hear you. But it is really loud. Try muting your mic and see if that fixes it. Your mic's muted? Let me mute mine. Dude, I might have to crack open a White Claw, bro. I got this sucker right here, Eric. I don't know if you can see it. It's a dual rice stout. It is absolutely horrible. It's terrible. I'm gonna give it a terrible rating. I'm never gonna buy it again. Dude, Trent, what are you doing? That is so loud. I don't know, but it came in as soon as you jumped back in. Can you hear that, honey? Trent, I don't know what it is, but Sarah said she can hear on her end too. Leave the StreamYard and come back. Oh. Was it just me, or did everybody else think it was saying fuck it, fuck it, fuck it, fuck it? No, it's back. Right, it's gone. Nope. It's really bad, Trent. It literally sounds like it's saying fuck it, fuck it, fuck it, fuck it, fuck it. Like that, it's just on repeat, like that fast. And it's really loud. It's pretty bad. Pretty bad. He is having technical issues today. I guess that's part of trying to stream live. You just can't figure it out. Anyways, so the blue oscillator wave is looking bullish. Sorry for anybody out there. It's not always child friendly, but hey, we drink beer and chill out on here, man. So it is chill. Where are we at in the daily? The daily still looking bullish, guys. The blue oscillator waves hasn't made its hump yet. Once it makes a hump, we could say we're getting to that bearish territory, but the VWAP still above the 0 line. Dude, I don't know what it is, Trent. It is really bad. I'm trying to see if I can send you a recording of it. It's just funny because we never had problems before. Now disappear so you can see it, and I'll send you the video. Some of the video. Oh my gosh. I can hear it now. See what he says about that video. I'm kind of curious, man. I want to see his reaction. He'd be like, what the hell, dude? I don't get this. Dude, I can't remember my train of thought. I can't remember my thought. Guys, the weekly's still bullish, okay? That is super great. Do you have a White Claw, or do you have the blue White Claws? Do you have blue White Claws, Eric? I'm gonna go. I'll go get one. I'll show you. Don't move. I'll be right back. Oh. Yeah, that's a White Claw. Check it out, man. It's the blue White Claw. Blood orange. Sucker though runs. You can't. We won't be able to see it. It's blue. White Claws run about 8%. Dude, these candles like shoot up. They'll almost bullish engulf this whole downtrend right here. Wow. Frick me, man. That was so loud. Check out the 1 minute. Ugh, gosh. Well, that's a weird chart pattern. On the 1 minute time frame. Yeah, well, it's gonna keep coming down the 1 minute because we gotta get that 21 back to that 50 coming down. Actually, it could pump up and touch it too. It could pump up and touch it. Guys, which DGen crypto are you in? Tell me. Tell me in the script so we can figure it out. I got virtual. Dude, I didn't know this, but I guess virtual protocol is doing an airdrop, and it's one of the reasons why it's been pumping so hard the last day. It's probably why it's dumping now too. But we have the CME gap at $2, probably come back up. No, we have a deeper CME gap at 171. What do you do if you're in the weird spot right here? You got to fill that one and that one. You come down and go up first. It looks like it's getting ready to go up on the 24 minute. And we got on that indecision. A lot of indecision. Do we want to long it, guys? Or do we not want to long it? The 50 just crossed through the 80. That's usually like a bearish sign. Now look at Flare. Flare is freaking crazy hot right now. It almost looks like a really long rounded top. Green money flow coming in though still. I think it's still bullish, to be honest with you. Look at the 21. Nothing's really separated, dude. This growth is really natural looking. It's nice. We might be able to catch a trade right here. Say. Whoa. Look at Say. Why is Flare and Say have this naturally good looking? Is that all the freaking alts are right now? That's crazy. I guess they're just all like that. Litecoin pumping? Get out of here. Litecoin doesn't pump. Freaking man, it's been so long since I looked up Litecoin. Bitfinex. I'm gonna pull the. Do I just not USD? Why is it not like on where I want to look? I'm gonna pull BitChute. I don't care. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna pull BitChute. Litecoin. Dude, I haven't thought about Litecoin in a long ass time. Oh, dude, ETH. That's one of the ones I want to look at is the ETH chart, bro. We need that sucker to be pumping. Litecoin. Yeah. Shoot, man. Had a yawn. VWAP's below the zero line. We have a thick green grass growing, which we like grass. Bulls are in control, bulls are in control, bulls are in control, bulls are losing control. But the green grass like that, I think we might keep it maintained. The 1 hour, the 21 still moving up, 50 still moving up, 200's moving up. That's a really bullish sign when the 200 moves up like that, and you got the nice curve coming up. Oh, I was on the 30-minute. I thought I was on the 1 hour. Wow, it is pumping. Oh my gosh, this is the 4-hour chart on Litecoin. The ETH chart probably looks like this too. Red dot, green dot, strength 88. VWAP's just barely, like, it's almost trading sideways with a 0. Oh my gosh, I yawned again. The green money flow coming in. Look at that 21. Oh my goodness. Wow, the gates are open on the daily. Ugh. Up here is so gross. Ugh. Oh my gosh. Well, that's a bullish sign. Check it out. The 21 just crossed through the 50 on the daily. That's super bullish. That's super bullish. The 200's crossing everything. I don't know what the... To be honest with you, I feel like that's bullish, but I'm not 100% sure. The 3-day, the gates are wide open. 2-day, the gates are wide open. The weekly, it says we haven't started. Let's take a look at ETH. I'm going to come on over and look at ETH. Weekly obviously is great. And it's funny, look at this, dude. On ETH, the weekly, we got the green dots, right? Dude, it literally shoots up, touches the 21, and it comes right back down to kind of like, whew. They were like, that was hot, guys. That was hot. Let's chill out for a second. Daily, wow, dude. That is crazy. Look at the strength. Anything over 60 takes a couple whacks to break below with the oscillator waves, the blue oscillator waves. So the fact that we're in the 80s now, that's a great sign. Like you can see right here, I guess we didn't even break in the 60s, but it still kind of took a little. We had one whack down, then just bounced right back up. That was a sharp VWAP. The VWAP's probably gonna make a slow grind trend down. I figure on the daily, almost like what I did right here. I feel like we had a sharp spike up and we're gonna slowly kind of come down. And that's probably what this is gonna turn out to. Though it could also turn to something like this, but we're in a bullish trend right now, so it's very unlikely that's gonna happen. That would be not a good sign. Especially with everything else saying that we're doing so hot. I think a trigger wave, super tight trigger wave. Oh, I should have looked at that trigger wave right after Bitcoin did its thing. VWAP was hot. We're back down. Almost below the 0 line. And if you really get into the MAs, moving averages, they are very still tight, man. Like we were just looking at, what were we just looking at? Litecoin. The 200 was kind of chilling out and it was kind of making the uptrend pattern. The 21 just crossed everything on the 12-hour, dude. You're right. I think Litecoin is breaking out. Oh, on ETH. I think ETH is breaking out. Sorry, man. I got my marbles mixed up. We might get a fake out, a couple of red candles to look bearish, but not actually be bearish, just to make the bulls feel bearish, think like they can try to push the bulls back down. I think the bulls trend, man, we've been pushed down for like the last 4 or 5 months. It's our trend to get up and ride for 4 or 5 months. I was listening to Crypto Lark today, and he said something interesting that he thinks that we're going to have 5 waves up, and he thinks that we'll hit 150, we'll drop back down to 110, and jump from 110 to go up to 250. And then George was saying today he thinks the top of the Bitcoin's 200. I'm like, man, these guys are shooting really high. I just don't think so, man. I think 180 maybe. That's something I'm going to look a little bit more into. Is once Bitcoin peaks, do we have another week or 2 of alt season, or is that it too? But I mean, every market's different. But I just want to know the traditional benefactors of this. Dude, look at that. I think the 24-minute. I think the 24-minute might come down a little bit, because if you watch the green wave, it does this hill, and then it's slowly coming down. So it's probably going to come down and go make a trampoline, and we'll come back up. And the only reason why I say that is if you look right here, the 21 is literally crossing the 50 right now on the 24 minute. You can see it right there. It's like, the 50 will keep up, and the 21 is going to cross it. Which that'll be a bearish sign. Which will probably drop back down to 2,200. Confidently. If we break down. Yeah? What do you guys think? You guys in agreement, you think? It looks like the 12 minute too. Oh, we have a red dot right here. End of a bullish trend, or a bullish trend. You can barely see that, but I can see that. The VWAP coming down. Blue oscillator waves coming down, strength coming down. If I, see now when I said bullets in the chamber, if I was to do anything, I'd put a short in. On the 12 minute to 24 minute, it looks like it's going to get bearish, and we could be at the peak of a bearish trend. And like I said, I don't believe this little support right here will hold us. I'm willing to bet we'll probably come back down to 2,210 bucks. What did I say yesterday, Eric? We were talking about something. Was it Bitcoin? We were talking about Bitcoin yesterday. Oh, gosh. That is so gross. Why would anybody drink that? It's like tar water. 6 minutes says we're still coming down. It's not looking great. Not looking great. But it's okay, guys. Let's take a look at gold. I've been kind of curious what gold did today. 1 hour. Gold shot up and came back down. Look, it touched the 21, bro. It touched the 21. You could have longed it. You could have longed it down here. Had it right up to the 21. You could have looked at this. Jesus, take the wheel right there. Hand, head, hand. Green dot marking potential bottom. We did not have bullish divergence right there, which is actually probably signaling that's a false alarm. We got our divergence right here. From this point, this peak. And then from there, you knew that was probably the bottom, especially if Jesus take the wheel. Green line saying that we're oversold. Strength coming in. VWAP coming up. That would have been a good trade. Came right up. We actually went through the 21. We went right through the 21, and we actually reached and touched the 50. Could have longed that. Could have read it. You could have read that when we touched the 21, it wasn't over yet. You can see the green line, purple line. We could have kept our trade open, raised the stop loss, something locked in profits. Went up, touched it. Have doji candle know that the trend is getting ready to reverse, especially seeing that we're touching at 50. Closed out your trade, took your profits, whatever you want to say, or raise your stop loss up. Then opened a short and watch it come back down and touch the 21. That's how it's made right there. I haven't had too many Trulies, man. To be honest with you, I actually don't have anything against them, but I think they're a little bit more expensive than White Claws, but I could be wrong. I like the flavors of White Claws. Trulies kind of have like a, I don't know how to say it, but there's like a back taste to them where it makes me kind of think of like cheaper alcohol use. But that's totally in my head, bro. Like, I do weird things like that. Like, when if somebody uses like a metal fork and they scrape it against aluminum, like they're trying to get food out of a dish, oh dude, it ruins that fork for me, man. I can throw it in the wash, I'll wash it myself, but when I eat with it, it makes like a zing on my tongue, like a zing. So little weird like that, I guess. Yeah, that was a good day for gold. Could open the trade up. What were we talking about yesterday? Let's zoom in. This time yesterday, 3 a.m. I always have to get that confused. 3 a.m. We were right here. That's right. Oh, we were looking at SWE. That's what we were doing. We were looking at SWE. You know what's funny? After we talked about SWE, Eric, I was watching AJ Writes Crypto today. I also watched that guy you were telling me about, Encash. I was finishing up his video when I got off of work. I was like, oh, dude, this guy is pretty good. I kind of like him. Because we said SWE was leading the way for the rest of the altcoins. That's the altcoins we're going to follow. Where you're at, SWE. Oh, it's okay. We're gonna get through it together. Woo. Yeah, see, we were looking at this yesterday when it started dumping. I think we were right here. We dumped down just past the 50. See the red line? We were just looking at gold too. That's interesting. Red goes to red every now and again. Yeah, after we start remembering some of this. Came down here. Right, so we dump. We actually did not get a doji candle, so keep that in mind. But we still have a little bit of green, and we made a green dot right here, saying end of the trend. We're starting a new cycle, leg, whatever you want to call it. Could have watched this flipped. So you had an hour to get into this trade. You got in the trade, you put the long in, stop loss, longed it up to the 21. You would have looked down and saw the VWAP above the zero line, and that we still had some more gas to go. We didn't cross yet. We crossed right here on this red dot. And also, well, the strength kind of was coming down. So you knew something wasn't smelling right. When you see the strength start coming down. So you longed it right here. We up, crossed the 21, we up. Raised your stop loss. We would have got, came back down, came up to a doji candle. You would have been like, okay, something's not right. You got into here, rounded top, almost red dot on the bottom, strength coming down. VWAP came down right here, So you saw the VWAP. You're watching the signals go off one at a time, like yellow. We had the VWAP come down. You see the strength come down. We got the doji candle, then we got the red dot. So if you missed all four of those, you will probably start losing money. And it actually probably would have scared the pants off you, because you would have wicked down, gave all your gains back, and you'd be like, oh, it's over. It's going to fall through the support, and we're going to drop down. I'm going to be weighing negative. Well, sucker drops down, comes back up, goes negative, and then comes right back up and gave you all your gains back and some if you could have caught the peak. That's just how markets are, man. They really manipulate you like that. It's kind of tedious. Terrible little suckers. If you really want to, I don't know if you can make the argument saying this is a Jesus take the wheel, but it is. I'm trying to see this divergence. I don't see divergence. I guess your signals would have been the blue, this red dot right here. Watched it peak on this doji candle. You've been really had to wait and watch. I probably would have closed the trade up before that red dot confirmed, just seeing in, just locked in my profits and got out of the way. Then right here, you can almost say Jesus take the wheel. Shoulder, kind of maybe head divot thing with that red dot, without magnifying, zooming in. The green dot could flip the long in right here. It's blue oscillator waves going for you, but you only have a baby VWAP. But this did have the strength on your side, and you just kind of rode it, and it turns out that you would hit that larger VWAP. Future would have came true. You'd have caught it up. Boom, 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 bang. Made the money. So that being said, this little red dot would have scared you a little bit. These red drops, dude, are kind of vicious, man. Like, you sit in this trade for 2 hours, and you're like, yes, dude, I'm up, and you get one candle, and you gave it all back, depending where you got in on it. You might even be a little bit in the red, and you're like, dude, that's effed up, bro. And if you can't recognize what type of pattern you're in or trend, you don't know, you're kind of running blind, and you're gonna be like, I gotta cut this off. I gotta cut this limit, save it for a better trade. You know, that wouldn't have really been the play, because if you would have just held on, you would have went back up and got him before you kind of had that break. Where is Sui telling us? Where is Sui telling us what the rest of the markets isn't showing us? The 21 did cross over right here. You can see the 21 crossing the 50. Ah. When did it cross? We're going to zoom in. I want to get really in the nitty gritty. Come in. It crossed right here, saying we're going to flip bearish. Fan up. Came back down. Saying we're staying bearish. And now we're coming back up, getting ready to cross the red line, which is going to be a bullish sign. And we have the green money wave coming in. You know, this actually might turn out okay. You might be able to leave your trade open. But the 1 hour is not really going with us. And I can see this kind of pattern playing out. I don't know if you guys can see what I'm looking at. So if we could break out, great. If we had the Doji candle trend reversal, we might come back down to 391 before deciding to bounce off the bottom, then coming legging up. Good thing is we got the green money flow coming in, the VWAP trading. Oh. Cheers, 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 my good sir. I might be done here pretty soon, guys. I'm pretty wiped. This whole week's been pretty crazy. Unless you guys have anything particular you want to look at. Trent was supposed to come on and help me, but his internet broke. And then it was just cursing at us violently. Dog whip hat up 17%. Wow. Ugh. Oh. And I don't know much more of this beer I can taste. Oh my gosh. Dog whip hat slightly breaking up. If it breaks up our next area of like resistance or push breakthrough, about $1.40. So it could run up from 81 cents to relatively quickly to $1.40, $1.50. Barcoin, where are we at? Barcoin. Barcoin's dang near almost in uncharted territories. Bonk's breaking out. It's almost up to where we were just looking at the other coin was at. What frick were we just looking at? Oh yeah, whiff. Pie coin, dog. That's right. We mined it for years. It's actually kind of a scary time to stop. It kind of looks like a double top, possibly. Trent, did you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. Did you hear me earlier?
No.
Okay. You still having technical issues, Trent?
Yeah.
You actually sound pretty good. You just don't have a mic. Oh, not mic, but a camera.
Oh, hello?
Yeah, no, you sound good. You just don't have the camera. Did you get the recording I sent you? AVAX. And you guys have to hold AVAX. Next level will be... Are we at the next level? The range is between, let's say, $20 and $28. We break that, the next range will be $35. Break that, next range is $43.50. Wow, 10 days ago, a week ago, you could get BNB for $5.85. Ends up $673. Hey, Trent. Hey, Trent, can you hear me?
Yeah.
You know,
can you hear me?
yeah. I was gonna tell you, you know when you drink a beer that's really bad, and usually as like you drink it, you get a little bit more buzzed, and like the beer starts tasting better.
Yeah.
I will never buy this beer ever again on the rest of my planet on this earth. It is so unbelievably bad. I have liked all the stouts, and I've been a good sport about not having hazy IPAs to Triple Horn, but their beer is so unbelievably dark most of the time. And I am not a fan of this beer. It's sour, it's bitter, it tastes like goat cheese, and I could actually drink Guinness, but this is like way worse than Guinness. Like, I don't like Guinness, but it's not the worst beer I've ever had. This is probably the worst beer I've ever had. Did I lose you again? I lost him again. Dang it. You'd rather do a cider? I rarely do a stout with Guinness. Dude, I rarely do a stout and Guinness too. But I feel like, you know, blockchain brew. I gotta try some new stuff every now and again. And I will never buy it again. I like ciders on occasions. My problem is like Angry Orchard really rubbed me. When I first turned 21, dude, this is like a long time ago. I drank them a lot. I like ciders are the best, and then I got to a point I'm like, they're too sweet, and they give you nasty hangovers. But I do like some ciders, like Rainier. Do you have? Yeah, you know, you have Rainier. They left Seattle and went down where you were at. I like Rainier, not light beer. They came out with a bunch of ciders one summer. I keep looking for them. There's like blueberry, huckleberry, blackberry, and another one. Yeah, Angry Orchard's too sweet, man. I did have this one I got at Costco one time. It was Angry Orchard, but it had like a blue. I can't remember the brand of it, but it was like Frost Ent or something like that, and it had like a picture of a blue tree on it. That one was pretty good because it was like 13%, but man, it gave me a hangover like nobody's freaking business. That one was pretty brutal. You know what? Injective's always been kind of like a funny one, man. It went to $34. I remember people telling me like, hey, look at it right here, look at it right here, and then it shot up to the top, and they're like, you should have bought it. And I was like, dude, I can't buy it at this high. It came back down. What's funny about Injective, it's on Cosmos ecosystem. Oh gosh. Oh, so bitter. You guys got me thinking. George, CryptoZROS, he actually said some stuff that was not true, so now I'm going to have to fact check him on this. He said that BNB is actually built on top of the Cosmos ecosystem.
Hello?
Hey, dude, you look perfect. Like nothing ever went wrong.
Dude,
No sweat, bro. I had you back, but I am tired. I almost ended it, and then you hopped back on.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, though. I am going to be up Spectrum. I'm going to be up Spectrum's ass so much tomorrow in the morning. Because, like, we have that interview tomorrow. And, like...
Well, that's true.
I need this to be working, like, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be calling them like an hour before just to say, hey, is my internet good?
Golden State, is that an actual beer, Eric? Or is that we don't have that here. I'm almost 100% sure. You should send me one, man. I'll give you a PO box and mail one to me.
I know you're tired, but before we log off, let me grab my beer so I can go there.
Yeah, that's right, guys. We have an interview coming tomorrow, and it's gonna be freaking great. We're gonna not launch it tomorrow, though. We'll probably launch it later this next week. And then we've been requested to have another interview. Us to have an interview with other people. All right, guys, check this out, Trent. I guarantee you, most people don't know this. I'm gonna guarantee you, like 99% of people in crypto don't actually know this. Can you read that?
Yes, BNB is built on the Cosmos ecosystem. Yeah, I didn't know that. You know, and I'm pretty.
That's something about Cosmos. It will never go away. It can't.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
BNB's never going anyway.
It doesn't mean, unfortunately, just because the chain is going to be around, doesn't mean that the price is going to be one of the best performers, you know? And I don't mean one of the best performers relative to meme coins. I mean one of the best performers relative to the top 20. Like, you know, it's just not really going to do it.
Try this beer. You don't have to come on camera. I just want to see your reaction. She's coming right now. She's coming 'cause I want her to try it. It's a cider. Yeah, Eric, you gotta send me one of these ciders. I'll try it out. Right. She doesn't want to come on camera, so she's gonna be do it from the side. But she'll be next to the mic so you can hear it. Yeah, babe, we need come a little closer. We need all your reaction, okay? Say hi.
Hi.
Okay, she's gonna try it. Take a big sip. Big sip.
What the frick is that? It's like medicine.
It tastes gross, huh?
It's like
You
spirit medicine.
try another sip.
I mean, it's not as bad as I thought. But...
You gotta try another sip.
It smells like prunes.
She says it smells like prunes. It tastes like medicine. That just tells you how bad it is, bro. It's brutal. It really is brutal. I don't know if I can finish it, man. Like, I don't know if I can slam it like how you could slam yours.
Well, speaking of mine, I've got backpack full of cans from Monkish Brewing Company in Anaheim, California.
Good now.
Right down the street from Disneyland. And
hey, tell Eric. Eric's he's in Cali. He's in Oakland.
Oh, really? Oh, Oakland. Oakland or Oak Glen? They're a little different. Oakland is rough right now, bro. I mean, I can't talk. I'm in Barstow. And if you're from California, you know where Barstow is. And you also know that there's nothing here.
Didn't you say someone stole your cat, too?
How north? Do you know where Barstow is? I know the chat has a delay, but
you have nothing there that you're using a piece of log behind you as art.
I've heard of it. Yeah, it's halfway in between LA and Vegas. It's like everybody's pit stop, you know? So, yeah. For about 4 hours from LA to Vegas, and we're right in the middle. It is a good location. You know, it takes me like 2.5 hours to get to San Diego. It takes me 2 hours to get to LA, 2 hours to Vegas. It takes me like 3 hours to Sequoia National Park and about, 5 hours to Yosemite National Park. Yeah, I'm about 1.5 hours from Joshua Tree National Park. So, I mean, I love the location. It's just right here in the town that I'm in, there's like nothing here. I mean, there's some things, but by some things, I mean a military base. Yeah, there's a Walmart. There's a Walmart about like, I don't know, 3 minutes from me. There's a military base. There's, two of those actually. There's
That's
a railroad.
pretty dangerous because you think that they're safe, but if there's an attack, guess where they like to hit first? They hit the coast military bases.
Right. Yeah, I've thought about that. I mean, I think I do want to move, not far. I think I want to move to Joshua Tree.
That's not far. It's only 10 hours.
It's a little more than 10 hours. I think it's like 17.
Yeah, I think it's like
You got to go through
22.
Oregon first. And you got to go all the way up California. It's a long
You're
ass
just one state
bro.
away, okay, man. I
I'm-
drove. You know, in 24 hours, you could drive to the middle of the country. Okay, it's not that far.
Southern and Northern
What's the
California
farthest
are
you've
like
ever driven?
states.
What's
Dude,
the
I've
farthest-
driven from right where I'm at all the way to Central Ohio in
How
one
far-
road trip.
How many hours is that?
About 33.
And how often do you do that drive?
I've done it probably 4 times.
Do you prefer flying or driving?
Driving for sure. Now, I mean, look, if I took my bull run profits and I flew first class, maybe I'd feel different about it. But
Oh, did you ever clip that? What did JG say? I haven't seen the JG in a minute. What did you ever clip that thing with JG? It was all like, dude, you're making me feel motivated right now, or whatever he said. Your
oh no,
conviction-
I
your
haven't. I
conviction
need to.
behind it.
Yes.
Then sure. Well,
what-
you
just give me the spark notes. What did I miss?
missed XRP. Instead of paying $2 billion from Gary to 125 from what the judge said, they
Oh, yeah.
negotiated to 50 million.
50 billion, baby.
No,
Let's
50 million.
go.
50 million.
That's such a big win for Ripple.
Which is pretty crazy that it's not pumping.
It did. I mean,
No, it
You
didn't.
nothing to shake a stick at. Like it went
I
up
don't think
to
it did.
$1.30. It went up enough for me to be over 2,000 XRP in profit on my long coin M futures on BidFi.
It did go to 242.
Yeah.
And then, well, it's hard to tell because everything was pumping.
Right.
And then, so that, and then we said Trump was pissed because he banned Ballard partner an XRP. It said parent, but I don't think that was right in the article. I think it meant partner, and or something along those lines. And apparently, that a backdoor relationship to XRP that they didn't disclose to Trump, and then they put the post out about XRP, Sol, and that, and Trump felt manipulated, and it was like, I banned that people from. I pulled their access. And their CEO said, "Hey, look, dude, I don't think we did anything wrong. We just didn't feel like it was really important because you did the top 5 anyways, and XRP is the top 5. So they were like, you know, and I get both sides of it. I'm like, they should have disclosed it, but Trump would have did it anyways. You know, they kind of did it to themselves, but whatever. No harm, no foul, and how I view it. Trump's irritated at him. He probably let them back in. And then there was one other article we covered with Trump. Dude, WIF is pumping. Did you know WIF is pumping right now?
Is it?
It was at 18% before you got into the stream, and it's up 24% now for the day.
Dang.
No, last hour was up 4%. What is going on with WIF? I'm going to take a look at it real fast.
See, I should have been home longing WIF instead of washing trucks.
Mhm.
Let's be honest. I probably wouldn't have picked WIF and longed it before it pumped. But hey, I'd like to think that I would.
Well, I like to use bubbles to help find trades. Have you ever done that?
Yeah. I mean, when you
like, have you ever tried bubbles to help find trades?
After you showed me, yeah, I've done that.
Because you pull it up, and then
I used to just scroll coin market cap to see what was down. But yeah, this is like such a better layout.
You do top 100, then you do top 200. Like dog whip hat. Oh no, it's just dog Bitcoin. What the heck is dog Bitcoin?
Hey, A-Cash is down. That's probably a good one right now. I know it's up relatively.
Freaking look at Peanut. Gosh. Peanut for the day. The last hour was down 5%.
A-Cash be given gains like hand over fist.
Pith is up 20%.
Yeah, I'm
Whoa,
not
I
gonna
thought you were
mess
bullish
with
for Pith.
no.
You don't like
Another
you don't like Pith?
I mean I'm fine with it, but another certain individual is bullish on Pith, you know? Like but that was like partly because of all that Mr. X stuff, I think, and I don't know, dude. I'm like I don't really care about it because
That's weird. All
I
the
think
meme coins pumped, but not SNEP.
I think that I'm going on a Solana boycott. Now I don't mean that I won't trade it. And I don't mean that I won't like put in a long-term swing trade. I don't mean that I won't try to make money from it. But I think that I've decided that I'm not going to hold it ever.
OMG. Ohm's pumping. Mantra. 4%.
It's going to. Hey, the peak of the
You should have put a short in. You should have shorted this right down here. You shorted it, you'd be up 50%, 61 cents to 31.
Heck yeah. You know, peak of the bull run, like Mantra is probably still gonna be up 2x from the low.
Giga chat.
Not saying it's a good buy at all, but
Bohm. You know something interesting about Bohm? 50% of it is like held by Binance or Crypto.com.
oh, you know what I wanted to ask you on the live stream yesterday? I was so excited to get on yesterday too. Like Bitcoin was ripping past 100K and Habemus Papam. You know?
What?
Habemus Papam. We have a pope.
Oh yeah, he's apparently everyone says he looks like Palestine or
Yeah.
Palpatine.
Yeah.
From Star Wars.
Like,
He's
look,
American.
I'm not Catholic and I reject the authority of the Pope, you know, because I'm sola scriptura. I believe that scripture alone is our final authority on all matters of faith and practice, not the papacy and not Rome. But you know, it is it's big news. It's a big deal. It impacts a lot of people, and I from a distance, I do kind of like the choice. I think he seems like a good choice for the role. But also, my BidFi app was lighting me up yesterday.
Hey, are you a Goldfinch guy?
Nah. J-Chains is. But my BidFi app was lighting me up yesterday, and it was giving me alerts and telling me, hey, 5 addresses in the last hour. They call it smart money alerts. If you download the BidFi app, if you use our link, of course. But if you download the BidFi app, it gives you smart money alerts, and it was telling me, hey, 5 addresses in the last hour were buying Pope. It was a meme. I don't know if you saw it. Did you see the Pope meme coin? Oh.
I was just pulling up on Crypto Market Cap. I was like, dude, I bet you a shitload of them came up.
Yeah. Ether to hit this bull run all time high. Yeah, 4,800. I'm gonna say, look, my off the cuff number is like $8,000.
You know what my Octacup number is?
Huh.
I think the range of it is between 7,800 to 12,000. And I'm gonna hit the ballpark of on the lower end, like 8,000-ish.
Yeah.
I would
fair.
like to see. I saw Lark say today that if Ether goes to 10K, all the alts that we are looking at, like the blue chips, will 10 to 20x, which I think they're gonna get close, regardless of that right now.
Well, maybe before we hop off, I'll share my screen and I'll draw this like 2 different ways.
Do it right now.
Let
I
me
think my tongue's turning black.
take you down, pop myself up, and on the weekly chart, Ethereum is in a massive falling wedge.
Oh, you should pull. I didn't do Greg's token crypto analyzer. You should do the road call over the RA sponsors.
Oh yeah, okay. Real quick though, like this from the low. So just this falling wedge is going to take it to 4,400. And, I suppose we just have to wait and see from there. But, look, the MACD on the weekly chart hasn't even crossed bullish yet. The RSI could get up to like 90 at the peak, and it's at 48 right now. I mean, you could say you have a cup and handle right here, but then the handle is kind of a long handle. But let's play with it. Let's say we did have a cup and handle right here. And
we got another comment, Mr. Trent.
Oh yeah, what does it say?
I was going to read it.
Sorry, I have my trading view up. Let's see.
He's in your neck of the woods.
What up, homies? About 9 p.m. in California. Where y'all at? What y'all looking at here? Hey, I'm in
9
Barstow,
p.m.
California.
I'm in Washington.
You know where Barstow's at? I'm sure you do. It's the pit stop between LA and Vegas. But welcome to the Blockchain Brew. And it would touch T-Square right in his heart if you smashed the like button, and especially if you subscribed to the Blockchain Brew, the most hydrated community on YouTube.
I'm thinking that I'm gonna have to get you hooked up with
Riverside,
Bluntman.
okay. Hey, so I don't know if you like any Southern California breweries, but like what I want to do is I want to do a meetup at Bottle Logic in Anaheim, California. And it wouldn't be hard to do because people do events there all the time. I could front the money for the event space or whatever, and then what happens is that when you come to the event, you get like 5 beer tokens or whatever, and you just take those beer tokens up to the counter, and you'll get like 2 free pours just by getting on Eventbrite and coming to the event. So we got to do it, but that also means that we got to do one at a Seattle brewery.
Our beer is probably better than your beer, Trent. we got the best hops in the nation from out of Yakima. It's all imported. You don't believe me? Ask your monkish friend. Ask him. Go ahead. He'll say, "Oh yeah, the best hops Yakima."
Yeah, he goes up there, but the brewing like the actual breweries themselves,
I might have to give you a wrench here pretty soon.
Are doing better stuff in Southern California than anywhere else in the world. Hands down.
No.
Hands down.
Yeah,
Hands
better
down.
than anywhere else in the world.
In the world, yes, even
That's-
Germany.
You know what? I can just tell you right now that's not true. So malarkey. Malarkey.
Well, yeah, Riverside, that's crazy. Let me know in the comments if you've heard of Bottle Logic in Anaheim. And, you know, I know we're still small and we're still growing, but I think, you know, peak of the bull run, I think we can break 1,000 subs. I think that we can, yeah. It's about 2 hours away from me. You're much closer in Riverside. I think I can get there in like an hour 40 if like my foot is pretty heavy on the pedal.
You don't drive. You probably walk. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Dude, what's the farthest you've ever walked?
Teleport. The farthest I ever walked.
Yeah.
Just across town, but I'm in a little town.
I walked across the highway one time to go to church, and it was a 6-hour walk. It was a long walk. I got chased by a dog. I ran into urinational problems where I had to pee really bad, and there was nowhere to go. And then I had to get the return trip back.
If I treated that like a cup and handle on Ethereum,
You've been in Miami out the. Wait, you are from? I'm from Miami. Out
been
here
out
3
here
years.
3 years,
Been
haven't
around.
been around. But I'm
There's
down
a,
with
there's a
doing it.
homie that we have, dude. There's a homie that we met on the Bitboy cruise, and he created this NFT collection, and he had it out of Miami. And I remember, like, to get clubbing, you had to have the NFT to get in. What the frick was his name? I have to ask him. It was so funny. He was hosting this poker tournament, and he's like, "Dude, it's $5,000. No, I think it might have been like 50 grand to get in." And he hit me and my buddy up. And he goes, "Hey, you should come on and join." I'm like, "Dude, I wish I had 50 grand to go spin a poker and fly out there." No, it wasn't Loudmouth. It was somebody else.
It's going good now. Well, I got on. I was able to connect. Like,
He whispered to me and said,
so-
"Please work, or I'll punch you in the mic." It's a funny story, man. You know how we find stuff in the garbage, right? And we talk about like T-Squid's trinkets. Well, the story happened where my dad found a DVD player, and I remember watching The Two Towers on the DVD player, and it stopped
Wow.
working, and he got so pissed, and he like beat it up. He's like bam, 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 and then it started working. And I remember it started wigging out again, wasn't working, and he walked over to it and he goes, "Remember what happened last time? I will beat your ass if you don't start working right now." And then, dude, that's all he did. He didn't even touch it, and it started working, and never had a problem with it.
Yeah.
Hey,
where can I
did you-
share my profile?
Did your parents spank you, Trent, as a child, or did you get like the corner?
Nah, I was a good kid. I didn't get
You were a
spanked.
good kid.
Yeah.
Oh, I just ran around the house too much, and my parents got mad.
I just put the link to our Twitter right there. So, you know, if you want to do an Anaheim meetup, even if it's just the two of us, like I go there anyways. So I don't know.
It's okay. It's okay. He's super straight and he's married.
Yeah. Anyways, that's our Twitter. You know, like, yeah, DM us if you want to. That's the cool thing about being this small is that, like, you know, we can do stuff like this. But anyways, the other thing I was going to say for Eric is that, you know, if we treat that pattern like a cup and handle, which the thing is, that's a cup and handle if I've ever seen one. It's just that the handle like became such a deep falling wedge. And I think that was like exaggerated because of the tariffs and a bunch of stuff, right? I think you can still treat this like a cup and handle, and if you do, the measured move is like breaking my screen right here. I mean, let's just look, because since I can't really see it on the screen, let's take a measurement tool. Let's come down here. You've got like a 40% move, 45% move. and so like when you translate that to the upside, that's like a 90% move, but it's a 90% move from the neckline, which is at $4,000. So that brings you right under $8,000. Look, that's like 8,000 was my gut reaction earlier, but I think that this cup and handle pattern is valid. I don't know why it wouldn't be. Yes, the handle is long, but there's reasons for that. The handle became exaggerated, I think, because of geopolitical issues, and this looks like it should take us just under $8,000. Now, what happens after that, we're gonna have to see when it happens, right? Like, we have to adapt in real time as it's happening, but that's just what I see. So I'll be happy with 8K. That way, my memes, Doge, and Shib follow. Yeah, I get you. I hear you on that. Even just, any altcoin smaller than Ethereum, right? Like, I'm not much on the meme sector myself, but I'm heavy into XRP, Cardano, Render, and Ondo. What is that?
What's what?
That.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I've consolidated my portfolio, right? And I was holding a lot of stuff. I was holding too much stuff. But I've consolidated my portfolio down to Cardano, XRP, Render, and Ondo, and some small cap. I joined XRP Army 2 months ago. Hell yeah, let's go.
Let's go, XRP Army.
And I do hold some low cap Cardano ecosystem coins like Indigo, Iagon. Indigo is the RWA play on Cardano. Iagon is the DePIN, decentralized physical infrastructure, and AI play. It's like the Render of Cardano. So I hold those, and I hold a bunch of min swap too. So other than that, like I've consolidated my portfolio pretty much down to that, and I have like my trading wallet, which could go to anything at any given time, right? Like if I feel that I should be in Solana, or I should feel, or if I feel like Solana is going to pump, or if there's a meme that I see a good setup on, then yeah, I'll trade it, but I'm not holding any of it. Does that make sense? I'll trade anything if I am lucky enough to stumble into a good setup. I'll trade anything. Obviously, I'd like to stick to the assets that I know the best, the charts that I've looked at the longest. But yeah, if I'm lucky enough to stumble into a good setup, I'll trade anything. So, yeah.
God, with that, it's still pumping. 27% now. It was at 18 before we started.
Let's go.
You got to start someplace, man, with XRP. My first buy was at $1, and my second buy was at 16 cents.
Yeah. My average entry on XRP is like 46 cents. My average entry on Cardano is
30 cents.
Yeah. My average entry on Cardano is like 32 cents. In 2021, I did buy a lot of it, like, over $1, unfortunately. Not unfortunately, like it tripled within a few months. I just didn't sell. But, I went in so hard at 24 cents that it brought my average entry all the way down to 32. But yeah, by the way, I'm going to give my backpack full of cans from Monkish Brewing Company in Anaheim, California, originally from Torrance, California. They opened a second location in Anaheim, And word on the street is they're opening a third location in Echo Park in Los Angeles. I will probably never go to that one, but hey, good for them. I've consistently given this beer every time I've had it on the stream an 8.6, and that's a very high rating for me. So,
You know what I rate this?
what?
Should I rate it on a beer or on a stout?
A beer, like you gotta, you know, you
Okay.
gotta rate it against everything.
I give it a 0. I'll never buy it again, but I'll keep it on the shelf as a souvenir, so I never have to worry about buying it. Okay, maybe I was a little harsh. I'll give it like a 0.3.
For sure.
It dyed my tongue black.
Well, is it time to wrap up, you think?
Yeah, man, I'm ready. Oh, you didn't go into the BidFi and token.
Oh,
Crypto
yeah.
later.
So, links in the description. If you want to trade, the place where we like to
Lucas.
trade is on BidFi. We have a link in the description. At least you'll get a buzz.
No, it was too sweet, too syrupy.
Hey, Lucas, if you haven't subscribed
Oh,
yet,
this is my partner, Lucas, Mr. Trent.
sorry, I've been a little MIA, but good to meet you, bro.
I
Links in the
can't feel my beard.
description. If the place where we like to trade is BidFi, technically it's called. Technically, the name is BYDFi, right? It stands for Build Your Dream Finance. I'm not a Pilsner fan. Hey, I like a good Pilsner. Like, I'm down to the bottom of the glass right now, so I don't know if you can see the color very good, but I've got a triple hazy IPA in here. You know, I'm a hazy IPA guy and I'm a stout guy. But look, on a hot day in the desert where I live, a good Pilsner crushes it. Let's go.
One.
Yeah, so links in the description. Trade with us on BidFi. Some of the advantages of BidFi is that you get smart money alerts. You know, a few times yesterday I was out and about, so I couldn't really take advantage of it. But I got like 5 notifications on my phone in an hour saying, hey, these like over 8 addresses have bought Pope in the last 30 minutes or whatever it was.
7 to 8, 6 to 7. I think it's gonna be higher than that.
Really deep. Well,
I'm thinking 7, 8.
yeah, I'm thinking 7, 8 as well. So trade with us on BidFi. Also, if you're into crypto brokerage, perhaps a self-managed retirement fund with Bitcoin, check out Caleb and Brown. And the advantage of that is that you can contact your broker at any time. You can be at the beach. You can want to buy a coin that you have to get on a DEX to buy. And if it's listed on Caleb and Brown, no matter what they have to aggregate to buy it, you can text your broker. You can be at the beach and say, huh?
Dexter.
My wife just said, no, you can't, no service at the beach. You can be at a destination where you have service. And yeah, I have service at the beach, I feel like. Yeah, I do. Well, I've gone to the beach way more than one time. I've been to the beach way more than 2 times. I live 2 hours from the beach. You can text your broker and say, hey, I want to buy this much of this asset, and they'll aggregate it across centralized exchanges, decentralized exchanges. They'll find you the best price if you want to buy it at market price, and they'll go ahead and fill that order for you. So, hey, crypto brokerage. A lot of us don't have a person to talk to in real life about crypto. Let's be honest. Like, if you're lucky enough to have a friend that lives in your proximity that you talk to about crypto all the time, I think you're in the minority. Daniel, what's up, bro? I think you're in the minority if that's the case.
What up, man?
If you have a friend that you talk
man.
to regularly about crypto, I think you're in the minority. In 2021, I would have killed to just be able to call someone and another person that cares as much about crypto as I do, and get some advice and run some ideas past them. And with Caleb and Brown, you can reach out to your broker at any time, 24/7. My wife said, "Can you get girl advice?" I suppose you could text your broker for that, but I don't know what he would tell you.
Hey.
In a long now, Daniel, what are you in a long on? Oh, AIXBT. Okay. Yeah, we were about to hop off. I'm not gonna lie, but I will hop over to AIXBT. I'm not sure I know what it is, but I will chart it. Anything that has
just for you.
AIXBT. Anything that has candlesticks, hey, I can chart it. Let's see here. What do we have cooking? All right, AI XBT against USDT. I see a inverse head and shoulders. Look, I'm gonna pull a little crypto lifer on you. It's like a slanted inverse head and shoulders.
Dude, I know. I was in the same boat with you, man. I thought about buying 10 Bitcoin like 3 or 4 times before I decided getting crypto, Lucas. I was very disappointed in myself.
So on the 1 hour chart, it's holding the 21 EMA. It's retesting the 21 EMA right now, which means that if Bitcoin stays sideways, this is likely to hold the 21 EMA. Worst case scenario. Best case scenario, it's likely to rip. So honestly, your answer to this is to chart Bitcoin, in my opinion. But let's see the 4 hour chart. Yeah, this is retesting a huge volume node on the VRVP.
I got divergence on the 1 hour.
The RSI is kind of high. What do you have? Bullish divergence?
Bearish.
Bearish?
Massive.
Let me see.
Massive bearish.
On the 1 hour? I don't know how, because these two peaks are even.
Not a market cipher.
Well, it doesn't matter market cipher. It matters what candles you're using.
Look, I'll show you right now. Look, I'll show you real quick.
All right.
Could be also I'm looking at a different chart than you are too.
True. I mean, first look says down. Maybe I should slowly exit my long. Move your stop loss to break even, at the very least.
I think it might be even less than that. Like, I think most of the world that says that owns crypto is just a bunch of other people who like me. Yeah. I have like 15 wallets. I think it's less than 7%.
Imagine if 10% soon. Yeah, what was polled is that during the last election, 50% of registered voters held some crypto. Now, some crypto could mean $100 on Coinbase, sure. But the fact of the matter is that we are still early in the S curve of adoption, but
Also,
it
I'm getting a almost bearish divergence on the 12-hour as well.
that's the 12-hour, but I mean, those peaks though on the RSI are almost even, like, and honestly, like, look at that line, it's cutting right through candlesticks. If you draw it peak to peak, if you draw it wick to wick, they're dead even.
Yeah, you could also say this is a higher high and this is a lower high too.
Right, and if you draw it peak to peak, it's dead even, and if you draw it candlestick to candlestick, it's dead even. I don't think that you can use a trend line. Your trend line is going across 1, 2, 3, 4 peaks, and I don't think you can do that. I think you have to, for divergence, I think you have to take 2 peaks, and if you take these
Well,
last
then you could say this
peaks,
is a double top, because then regardless, looks just like a double top.
sure, but that's not nearly as bearish as a bearish divergence. And you could say that double top played out already in those red candles that we've had, and you could say that that's a cup and handle, and those last several red candles are a handle. Look at it. I mean, yeah, squeeze out your chart a little bit, spread it out, and that's a cup. And then those red candles are a handle.
No, I don't know, man. I feel like it's starting to run out of like oomph. Like I just do like, look at this run up is bigger, this run up is smaller. I think that the 21 starting to plateau.
Look where it's bouncing off of that EMA band. I don't know.
But this is starting to look like it says a little bit more to the down, so we haven't fully formed the cup yet. Maybe it trades sideways. Maybe it goes up. Though you do got the VWAP is below the 0 line and starting to tilt up. The 50 is pretty close to the 21 though, which makes you a little nervous because the 21 crosses the 50 to the downside. You could again.
They're both sharply up. Like they'll cross if the 21 starts to round.
This is not financial advice, okay?
Yeah, of course not. They'll cross if the 21 starts to round, make a rounded top, and it's not doing that. But yeah, I mean, look at right there on the 4-hour, the 21, exactly the opposite has happened. The 21 has crossed the,
but
I don't know what that is on your chart, the 200.
You got divergence.
That is a little bit of bearish divergence, yeah, on the 4-hour. But how low does that bring you? You retest the 21?
The 21 is going through the 50, which is bullish.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah,
you know how
you probably would come down. You probably would come down to like what, 20 cents, 23, and then maybe by that point trade sideways, kind of maybe come down, maybe a little lower, like 19 something, and touch the 21 and then go back up.
So seeing this 4-hour, yeah, I am gonna say that we come back to test the 21. I think we meet it somewhere in the middle.
But that could also make the cup and handle too.
Exactly.
More upside.
Exactly.
If we come down and touch it.
Right, and it doesn't invalidate that cup and handle on the 1-hour. You know, I think we come back to test the 21, but I think we meet it in the middle. We don't come straight down to it. The 21 gets pulled up into price action, and the candlesticks come down to meet it, and you might be golden after that. It just depends on what Bitcoin does, to be honest. So, yeah, Lucas, if you draw a line on the bottom, it's broken to the downside.
I don't even remember which chart that was. Sorry, you'd have to tell me the hour chart. We were flipping pretty quick between me and Trent.
Yeah, but talking about getting out of your long, like, you know, what wisdom says Wisdom says
Raise your stop loss.
A, take profits, and B, move your stop loss up to break even. So you can close 50% of your position right now, and you can pay yourself today. Like, honestly, that I'm gonna tell you this. Like, I'm not an expert trader or anything like that. Not even close. But the key to trading is to pay yourself every day or pay yourself every week, whatever your time frame is, right? Oh, I'm underwater. Well, I either de-risk or hodl. Oh, okay. Well, in that case,
you can look at the daily, and the daily says the green has not peaked yet.
yeah.
We do. We are getting kind of close to that divergence, but we haven't quite got there yet. We're still saying we're oversold, and we have strength still coming up. You know, so you could expect something like this, Daniel. I'm not gonna lie. You could expect 4 or 5 red candles, make you be like, "Oh shit, my pants," and then you come down, you retest this right here, and then you go back up, and then you get to where you need to go.
The risky way to do this is to, in that case, it's time to summon the god Daniel. Yeah, like the risky way to do this, Daniel, is to if your liquidation price is below the 200 moving average, then
There is a 200. I don't even see the 200 on here.
it's the red. It's the red, right?
No, mine.
Oh,
Mine's
really?
yellow.
We'll go to the 4 hour then and find the 200. If your liquidation price, Daniel, is below the 200 moving average, I think you can hodl this. If your liquidation price is much higher than that, I'm going to say that you have to ask yourself, how much of a loss would you be at if you closed right now? And do you believe in your ability to read the charts, look at the candlesticks, trade other assets? Do you believe in your ability to make that loss back over the next week? Trading. If that's the case, and your liquidation price is too high for comfort, then de-risk. Close your, not financial advice, but if your liquidation price is too high for comfort.
I'm kind of curious too, Daniel, when you decided to get into this trade. And because if you're underwater right here, did you buy the peak? Because if you did buy the peak, I don't know. If I bought the peak, you could either do what you're doing right now and just hoping to get the green, or you could close it at a loss and move your money into a trade that you're more confident in.
Yeah. It depends what leverage you're on. I was actually just scalping. Okay.
The good news is you do got everything curving up. You know, the 21's crossing on the 4 hour of the red line. You got the 200 curving up. I mean, you do have that sign of continuation.
If you're scalping, I'm looking at the 7 minute, and the MACD is rounding out at the bottom. It's about to cross bullish on the 7 minute. It's holding support above the 200 EMA, which is coming in at 21 cents on my chart. I'm gonna go ahead and say, if you're scalping, look at the 7 minute chart, and if you start consistently closing candles below the 200 EMA, then
Where's one at?
Get out and make your money back somewhere else in good trades. But the red volume is starting to thin out right here on the 7 minute chart. I think that you come back up to the 21 at the 21 EMA at 0.2142 at least. Maybe you de-risk there. I don't know. You've got to make your own decision, obviously, but
Later, Lucas. Deuces, brother. Thanks for showing up again. Have a great night. Bless you, brother.
that's bullish divergence a little. No,
Dude,
it's not.
Lucas is Eastern Standard Time. Oh my goodness, dude. He's 12:30 at night right now.
The other way that you can look at
His
this
entry's
is
at 21,510.
21,510.
You know what you really do, Lucas, is you just leave it open, and then once it starts going red, you just add more money to it and push your stop loss down. Don't do that.
21,510.
You got a doji candle.
I'm gonna share my screen. Oh wait, you popped me up, huh?
Yep.
So 21,510. That's the 200 EMA on the 1 minute. But
I got Jesus take the wheel on the 5 minute.
look at what's happening here. You're below the 21, yeah, but you're crossing bullish on the MACD. It's just the 1 minute. You could cross back. I mean, if it were me, I might cut my losses right there. Because I just don't. Before I say that, okay, 7 minute chart, you're holding the.
Well, we're getting pretty close to just take the wheel on the 5 minute, Trent, because you have a shoulder, head, and shoulder on the blue oscillator, and you're saying that we're oversold now, and the strength is like really, really, really low.
On the 1 hour, you're making higher lows. And you've got this potential slanted head and shoulders.
On mine too, we're also away from a little bit from the 21.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of a scary chart though, because you do have the 50-day on the 7 minute curving down, but the 21's curving up. I don't know, man. This is a really complicated one he got into. There's a lot of like crisscross. Do you get the vasectomy? You don't get the vasectomy. You get the vasectomy. Who else doesn't want the vasectomy? I don't know what you did to me.
On the 4 hour chart, you could. The 21 EMA is down here at 19.1964. And if you're not comfortable going that. Here's my final verdict. If you're not comfortable holding down to 0.1964, then de-risk and make your money back somewhere else. Now, I don't even know what this coin is. I'm assuming it's a meme or it's like a, it's
well, if you go to the 12 minute, it's like negative, super bearish on the 12 minute.
Yeah, I think the same thing. Yeah, 21 EMA on the 4 minute. I would de-risk and make my money back somewhere else. I've done it. I've been down $700 in a week, and I was like, you know what? Like I have enough in that particular wallet still to get into a different trade and make that back in a week. So, I've been there. Like,
oh, what's up, Jordan? I haven't seen you in a minute.
I hope you got your SPX 900. I don't think either of us are in, but man, that's been popular in the chat.
I have not bought any Jordan. I probably won't, just because I usually like to carry one meme coin at a time, and I wish I was in there, but I'm not willing to switch. Now I'm too late. The good news is my meme coin is up 250% for the month.
Daniel, that's the
Only
importance
up 10%
of
for the week.
taking profits and moving your stop to break even. And I'm, preaching to myself too. That's that's a matter of like discipline, doing it over and over and over and over again. Because like $500 in a day that you could have closed, like, closing. If most people, if a job tells you that it will pay you $500 a day, that's a no-brainer. My camera's a little glitchy. Do you think it's time to call it a night?
Yeah. You're starting to glitch out a little bit.
Want to sign us off?
Yeah, because you can't. You're frozen. Guys, thank you so much for joining us another night. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Sometimes that's just how it is in crypto. We really appreciate everybody showing up, coming into the chat, from Eric to Jordan to Daniel to, let me see here, to Jordan to Daniel to the one to Lucas. You guys have just shown up for us consistently day in and day out to help us push our numbers and get out of this YouTube algorithm grind of having to ask. I'd love to get to some sort of point where we don't have to ask anymore, but you guys all know how YouTube is, and we really appreciate it. You guys, we're gonna be back tomorrow. Just have a great weekend. Don't drive anywhere. Enjoy your brew. Have a great Friday night. We really love looking at these charts with you guys. Really give us these complicated things where we can all kind of try to figure it out together. Sorry, Daniel, that you're in a complicated coin. We really appreciate everybody showing up. You guys do good for us, and lots of love. We have an interview coming out. We're gonna go record an interview with somebody, a fellow YouTuber, tomorrow, who has a lot more subscribers than us. So that's gonna be fun, and we're gonna plan a couple other interviews out. I already reached out to 2 other people this week, and we're gonna be bigger and grander in no time, and we're not gonna forget you guys, because you guys are the OGs, and you guys are probably gonna become our mods. So have a great night.
You guys are making this community what it's gonna be.
Yeah.
Right.
And we're gonna need people to help us out, the next gen of people. So thank you again, and I think that's it, Trent, unless you have anything else you want to add.
Nah. Peace. Stay hydrated.
P-Square out.